paradigm in First Baptist. Do you believe it's important to have a faith system or a relationship with God on your journey through college?
Yes, I believe that students need to have some type of faith base because it grounds you. You know, I'm a Christian. You know, so I believe in the Christian faith. But I believe your faith is what keeps you firm. Your faith is what holds you to a credibility, accountability. I feel like your faith identifies who you are, you know, which however you want to identify and call your faith, you know. It helps you get through some of your most toughest moments. It does. I know when I don't know if you know this, but I went through colon cancer about 4 years ago. I was diagnosed with colon cancer, and my faith got me through that. My belief in Jesus Christ got me through that, and I haven't wavered. You know, a lot of people don't even know that happened to me because I just bounced right back, and I know I couldn't have bounced back without another support out there that I had no idea that was carrying me through. So I firmly believe in that. I believe it was him who opened up a door for me at a university level that is no way I would have probably have gotten this job with just the credentials I had at the time, because the only credentials I had at the time was I was an at-home mom for 22 years.
And working with the Black Excellence Program,
Excuse me. This door gets on my nerves.
It's fine.
I'm sorry. You just keep beeping. Okay.
With the Black Excellence Association, how does it feel to see minority students coming together and having a safe space?
I am so embracing that right now. Dr. Bourne, I got to give a shout out to Dr. Bourne, VP of Division of Student Life. She came to me and she said, Lathes, what can we do? What are we not doing? What do we need to do to make sure that these students have a voice? And when she said these students, you know, I said, do you mean the black students, the minority students, or what? She said the minority students, you know. And I said, okay. She said, do we have a student organization like that? And I said, yes. I said, we have minority student leaders. Okay, and you know, in different places around the world, and especially in the United States right now, you have this black uprising with the African American race of the police, you know, in schools, students not thinking they're being heard on the same level as their counterparts or their classmates. And when Dr. Bourne set this challenge out to me, I like ran with it. Because Tarleton is at a really great place right now, you know, and I think Tarleton knows that. For the first time in Tarleton history, we have more minority students, or black students, African American students, Latino students, Hispanic students, Latino American students, Hispanic American students. I always don't know the politically correct thing to say. But attending Tarleton State University, that's never attended this university before, and they're not tied to the stereotypical athletic program, you know. Now students are coming. We have students that's graduated in our biomedical program. We have students that's graduated in our education program. We have students that's graduated in our College of Business program that's being very successful. And so when I was given this challenge to say, hey, talk with the students and see what students need, the students said, Ms. Towns, we really want to label it Black Excellence. I thought, let's do it. And so I feel like it's great. We're getting ready to go on a conference right now, so we're really excited about that. We're taking a group of leaders on a conference. And the thing about the Black Excellence Association, it is totally all student-led, all student-ran, with just a huge support staff. And it's being restructured. It's more healthier than it's ever been. And I really would like to give a shout-out to Dr. Bourne and Dr. Tavio for allowing for this to happen, you know, with some extra support.
And It is Black History Month, or
Yes.
Barack Obama recently renamed it African American History Month. What is your take on the importance of African American History Month?
I don't particularly like the renaming of African American History Month. I like the Black History Month because you have I don't know if that does a great injustice to our true African American students or people who move here to America, for a better life. But students like you and I who have been born here in America, I think we're just Black Americans. You don't have British European countries saying, oh, you're African British. They say they are Black British. They're Black Sweet. They're Black French. They're Black Italians. So I think once we can embrace who we are, the world will be a better place. And I think when people move in to our country, they should hold that tall as African Americans. I have a friend who's an African American, true African American, that practices medicine. Her husband was a doctor who passed away, and she's in the medical field. She's a doctor in the medical field also. And we had this really deep conversation about African American and Black American. And she said, Lathes, how can you call yourself African American and you've never been on African soil? I kind of agree with her on that. I'm just a Black American, and I'm proud of it, So I think Black American, Black History Month is just fine, and that opens it up to all Black Black human beings that lives in America. No matter if you're African, Italian, or British, if you're Black, it's representing everybody.
And who would you say was an inspiration to you or a hero of yours?
Growing up?
Yes, ma'am. Growing up and even now.
First, my mother. I would say my mother would be, and if you knew my mother's background, you would go, wow, your mom? My mom only had her high school education. She worked in a labor job. My mother was a very strong Black woman, who taught her kids to be very strong individuals. And then I would really say, dead or alive, I've never really given that a whole lot of thought. I have to think on that one, beyond my mother. Dead or alive, I would have to probably say, most people say a lot of famous people or a lot of people have done so many things. I would say in my family, the women were very strong in my family. I would say my great-grandmother, I was very fortunate to get to grow up with her. And so I saw the generation of me, my mom, my grandmother, and my great-grandma. And my great-grandma was a missionary in the field, and she traveled the United States to help Black churches to come together and to build Black churches in small rural communities. And I feel like she's a really strong woman, and she raised 9 kids herself.
Y'all make sure y'all follow her on her Twitter. Follow me on my Twitter. And don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see y'all next week on Chillin.